So the other day I got a comment on my Spider-Man video, and someone said that I should go look at Jaclyn Glenn's channel. She's been posting up some right bullshit, they said. And I replied, yeah, I can check it out. First video I found, it says, what's this video called? Christian versus atheist men, dating preferences. Oh, how would you look at that? Would you look at that? A woman complaining about men's dating preferences. Never seen that shit happen before, right? Alright, anyway. Take us away.
How Christian guys describe a godly girl. I had a very hard time getting through this video because, man, it's misogynistic. And
so if you think that Christian men in the 21st century are misogynistic, I don't think you know what that word means. Unless by misogynistic you mean they place women such a high regard in their life that makes you wonder if they worship God or they worship women. If that is what you mean by misogynistic, then yeah, a lot of Christian men are very misogynistic.
Like, I say that word normally very carefully because I hate that ultra-feminist vibe that people tend to have when they say, oh, this is misogynistic and down with the patriarchy. But this here is like the opposite extreme. This is like super religious dudes who think women belong in the kitchen, and I'm not kidding.
I define a godly girl as a girl who is wholeheartedly pursuing God with her life.
Ah, damn. And to think I could have had a chance with these awesome guys. I just don't pursue God enough.
A godly girl to me really understands that being a wife and a mother is an extremely high calling.
Okay, being a wife and a mother can be very fulfilling for a lot of people. My issue with this video is kind of the implication that that is the highest calling to which a woman can achieve, or rather a girl. They never say woman. Like, the ultimate dream that you should have if you're a woman is to be a wife, to be a mother, and to serve the Lord.
Now, perhaps my small Negro brain cannot understand what you are saying here, but I actually don't think that he implied that. Okay, I mean, you know what, here's the thing. Let's just say, even if he did imply that, let's just assume that that was indeed the implication. I noticed that you didn't actually argue against what he said. You just repeated it. I would like to understand why being a mother and being a wife is not a high aspiration for a woman, or why it should not be, other than just assuming that it shouldn't be, because that's all I got out of this. I should just assume that it's not because reasons. Tell me why. I mean, I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't, but neither are you, which is kind of my problem here.
That's it.
So to me, a godly girl is a girl who loves the Lord with all her heart and wants to serve Him.
Wants to serve Him. They use this word serve and servant throughout the video. I'm kind of detecting a theme.
You know, after spending years mocking Christians, like, you'd think you would come to this understanding that they regularly say that they serve the Lord all of the time. That is not even a point worth mentioning. Okay.
I really admire when girls dress modestly.
Oh!
Here it goes.
There we have it. There it is. Damn. My chances of getting with these sexy dudes just keeps getting further and further. Dresses modestly, man. Now they're telling us what to wear.
No, he didn't tell you to do anything. He just told you what he liked. He likes it when women dress modestly. He thinks that makes them closer to being a godly woman. And Jaclyn, this is something that confuses the actual hell out of me with women in general. And that is, if you don't find these people attractive, what difference does it make if you don't fulfill their standards? Now, the obvious implication of your sarcasm is that you don't actually want to be with these guys. That's why you're being incredibly, mocking and sardonic here. So, if you don't find these men attractive, why do you give a damn if they don't have the preferences that fit you?
A girl who is content with where God has her in life.
A girl who is content with where God has her in life. correct me if I'm wrong, but the vibe that I'm getting from this is that you should be happy with what you have, and therefore you shouldn't pursue anything further.
Jaclyn, it's almost like you took the absolute worst interpretation of that statement in order to make the guy look bad. Actually, that is an accurate description of exactly what you just did.
Like, don't be ambitious, don't have dreams, don't have goals, just be happy with where you are, what God gave you, you know, and that's it. That's it for you.
Yeah, except he didn't say that. I imagine what he was trying to say was he wants a woman that is happy or content. She feels comfortable in her environment. Which doesn't mean that you should never try or that she doesn't have any intention on trying to get better. But it means that she's not depressed or sad about it and she's not going to complain about how sad her life is. I imagine that's what he was trying to say. And honestly, I could understand why you wouldn't want to be with someone that's really sad and depressed all the time. Because it's just going to make you sad and depressed.
I admire a girl who has love for people.
Okay, I can get on board with that. That's like the first legitimate thing that they've said. Someone who's loving. Okay.
I know a girl who really prioritizes God in her life. Every morning she talks with the Lord through prayer and reads her Bible and really just yearns to hear from the Lord.
This clip is the one that really got to me the most, I think. I just felt this like sinking feeling in my heart. Because this guy is my dream guy. And I don't do those things. I don't think I'll ever get up in the morning and think of Jesus first. You know? And my chances of being with him now are so much further. You know, what is the purpose of my life now?
Now, Jaclyn, the obvious implication there is that you don't think that this guy is attractive. And if that is the case, then I must ask again, what difference does it make if he doesn't find you attractive? I mean, seriously. You don't want him, he doesn't want you. I mean, are you so vain? Are you so desperate for attention and validation that you get upset when people that don't want to be with you don't want to be with you? Even if you don't want to be with them? I mean...
The qualities I admire most in the girl are having a servant's heart and doing things when she's not told to do them by her parents.
Oh my god, he keeps getting sexier and sexier. Having a servant's heart and doing things before she's even told to do them. You don't even have to tell this bitch what to do. She just knows. She does her chores. She makes you dinner. She feeds the baby. She gets down on her knees and pleases Jesus.
If I may ask, how many women expect men to have a job and work for them and get them a house and give them money and protect them and listen to them when they're sad and upset? I would wager very many women that get into relationships want those things. If it's okay for a woman to want all those things from men, then please explain to me as to how it is messed up for men to want things from women. I've never understood that. I'm making these videos for years and I've never understood that shit.
A godly girl to me spends time with the real people in her life rather than spending all her time on social media.
To a degree, I get it. You don't want to spend all of your time on the phone or all of your time on the internet. But this rule applies to everyone. Dudes are just as attached to their phones as girls are.
Perhaps. However, he's not a homosexual, so I don't see why he would bring that up. You get that? He was just talking about women at that point, Jaclyn. That's all that was.
What I find unattractive in a girl is someone who is totally self-focused.
What I find unattractive in a girl. So of course you don't want to have someone who is selfish, but the problem here is they're not saying anything else that is encouraging a woman to be an individual, to be creative, to be independent, to have her own career path, to have her own goals and ambitions and dreams.
I mean, do they have to? That's a serious question, by the way. Do they have to? Because, I mean, I'd imagine that's just kind of something that people do. I don't work off with the presupposition that women are mostly unintelligent creatures that need people to tell them what they need to do all the time. I mean, maybe I should, considering all the commercials and the way feminists talk about women, and the way women talk about women.
all very much focused on serving other people. So right, you don't want someone who is selfish, but at the same time, like, encourage some kind of individuality.
I find a girl unattractive
I find a girl unattractive
when she tries to draw attention to herself.
Again, you don't want someone who always has to be the center of attention, like, everybody focus on me! All the time, it's about me! Like, you don't want that in your life, but like...
Jaclyn, if you agree with him, what are you arguing about? I don't understand this. You agree with what he's saying here. What could you possibly say in opposition to this? You start the clip off with, yeah, you're right. I'm genuinely interested at this point. What are you gonna say, Jaclyn?
To never draw attention to yourself ever is like to never be proud of something, to never display something that you've worked hard on, to never have someone congratulate you for some kind of success in your life.
You really like taking the absolute worst interpretation of what this guy is saying, just to try to make him look bad. I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna be a little fair here. Not so much Christian to Christian, but just human to human. And what he was saying was, I would rather you not. He was just saying it in a nice way, but I'm gonna be blunt. He was saying, don't be an attention whore, okay? He obviously, in fact, I have yet to meet anyone that has a genuine problem with people, I don't know, putting their report card on Instagram saying, look, I got straight A's. I have yet to see anyone genuinely be all like, this fucking nerd-looking ass nigga over here trying to be smart and shit. I mean, maybe back in 2007, but like contemporary, no, not 2017. Okay, like 10 years ago, yeah, I could see that. Now, no one is like, hey, don't ever be proud that you scored the game-winning goal. You know, I don't know, in football or lacrosse or basketball or whatever. No one is like that. But I mean, come on, I'm gonna be blunt here. He just probably doesn't want a girl posting her ass on Facebook and Instagram. Let's be real. We know that's what he meant. We don't have to be intelligent. We don't need an IQ of 100 to figure that out. Come on.
Like, they don't put any of these things in context, and it just comes across like very demeaning.
Because you want it to be demeaning. That's your interpretation. You want these people to sound badly, so you take the absolute worst interpretation of what they could say and say that, yeah, this is obviously what they meant. Without any semblance of common sense and just, I don't know, healthy respect for other people, Jaclyn. You honestly think that these people feel that way? You don't even know them.
Am I off base? Please tell me in the comments below. Am I off base by getting like a really creepy vibe from all these dudes?
Huh. I could have taken that, but I'm not.
I find it unattractive when a girl is really loud and boisterous.
What? Like, what? When a girl is loud and boisterous, like, you mean someone with an outgoing personality?
No, I think he means someone who is loud and boisterous. I imagine that that's what he meant, because that's what he said. And I don't really like people who are loud and boisterous either. Having an outgoing personality, implying that the person just, gets excited about things, talks to lots of people, goes around and is like a social butterfly and interacts with lots of individuals is totally fine. I don't think that he was upset with that. But people who are obnoxious and loud and scream a lot of the time, it's annoying. It's aggravating shit. I know exactly what he means, and I find it to be unattractive as well. I'm just saying, Jaclyn, come on, common sense.
God doesn't like that. God likes a woman who sits down and keeps her damn mouth shut.
It's really unattractive when a girl dresses immodestly.
Tell me some more about how I should dress. Tell me what clothes I should wear, please. Explain this to me.
Okay, well, for starters, you should wear clothes that, fit. See, a lot of times women complain about how hard it is for them to put on their shorts or their pants, and I think to myself, well, if you just buy pants that are loose and that fit you, you won't have to struggle to get into them. Huh, who would have thought that you could do that, right? I mean, you should, cover up your chest area, because, you didn't grow up in a vacuum. You know damn well your cleavage is going to get attention. There you go, you can do that. What else can you do? That's kind of really all it, wear clothes that fit, keep yourself covered up. That's it. There's 2 things. It's not even It's not even asking much from you, honestly. And here's the thing, I'm just some guy on the internet. I mean, honestly, I have no issue with you wearing short shorts. By all means, show your butt. That bothers me none. But you can't bitch and complain when someone thinks you look like a hoe, I'm just saying.
A future wife would be definitely servant's heart and having the joy of the Lord.
Unfortunately, sir, I will never be your future wife. My loss.
I'm looking for a girl who has a passionate love for being a wife and for being a mother.
Again, like, there's nothing wrong with having a passionate love for being a wife and being a mother.
Well, evidently you think there is. Otherwise you wouldn't be trying to counter his point here.
These are things that I hope that I have one day. But like, you don't ever mention anything else. A passionate love for something that she's pursuing outside of her motherly, wifely duties. What about a passion for a career, passion for music, passion for art? Why does everything have to be so focused on being barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen?
Let me start off with, he didn't say that. I'll also want to add this point here. I don't really understand this whole barefoot and pregnant thing. Maybe I should do some research into it because I don't really know if that really is what men want from women. But anyway, the reason why he's saying, or he's asking for a woman, you know, that's kind of focused on having children, is because he wants his children to be wanted. He wants purposeful children. He wants to raise them well. A woman being focused on her career does not add much to a relationship. I guess it really does depend on what she's trying to do. But I mean, it could certainly take away from the relationship, because if she wants like a super high positioning, she's going to spend a lot of time away from the relationship. So the point or the context of the video is him talking about what he likes, in a relationship. So it makes perfect sense that he's going to explain that, you know, him wanting purposeful children, he wants a woman that wants the kids, so the kids know that they're loved and that their mother, you know, that they weren't an accident or something like that. I imagine that is why he's not talking about, I want her to, I don't know, be really into trying to be a lawyer. Because, I mean, in the grander scheme of things, if you really think about it, I mean, I don't really know how being a lawyer is really going to make you like a woman more. Because, I mean, men kind of already just like women. I mean, you know, like, as a woman, you don't really have to try very hard to get a man to like you. You just kind of have to be. So they don't talk about these things because they already like women. That's kind of really all it is to it.
I just want to thank all the godly girls out there who are striving to honor God with their lives.
Guy-wise, I just kind of want to punch him in his face. So in summary, the highest quality that you can have as a woman, or rather a girl, is to marry one of these pathetic losers.
Pause. Jaclyn, if you don't like these men, why do you give a shit if they don't like you? I don't understand this thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. You don't find that. That's fine that you don't find them attractive, Jaclyn, but you can't be upset then if they don't find you attractive. You can't do that. Well, actually, you can, but it doesn't make any sense. So that's pretty much the end of Jaclyn's video. I mean, technically it's not. I mean, she has this little skit where she uses her famous country accent, wears a Trump supporter hat, and kind of just reiterates the same point she made before. And I can't be bothered to respond to that. And then she has this little in-video card where she asked a bunch of guys on Twitter what do they find women, what they find attractive, and I mean, there's not much to respond to there either. So, I'm going to end the video off with this. Point one, this video just kind of strikes me as just being antagonistic towards Christians because, and I have to ask, like, as an atheist, like, do you ever, like, just kind of get tired of that shit? I mean, I would imagine that it's a resounding hell no, but I just wonder that sometimes. But I think more than that, it doesn't really even bother me all that much. I mean, if you're just going to be angry, then be angry, sure. But this is something that really gets me, though, about, like, women in general. I don't think I'll ever understand this, but, like, Jaclyn spent the entire video implying that she doesn't find these men attractive, right? And if that's the case, then I just cannot understand why she gives a damn about these guys' preferences. Like, if some chick was like, Zers, I only like guys who are, I don't know, is 5'5", they read depressing literature all the time, they listen to heavy metal, and they rock out, you know, they read depressing, like, stuff Just all the time. Like, if a woman said that to me, right? And this woman was, like, obnoxious and loud. She was kind of mean, really sarcastic all the time. Didn't want any children at all. If I was not attracted to this woman, I cannot find it in myself to be upset at her preferences. If I don't want to be with her, how can I be upset that she doesn't want to be with me? And this is something I just cannot for the life of me understand about, like, women in general. This is actually kind of the same, you know, Nash Greer shit that happened a couple years ago. Nash Greer made a video about the things he found attractive in women, and they all got angry and upset about him, and then they went on to explain how they don't find him attractive. And I'm like, if you don't want to date him, why do you give a damn if he doesn't want to date you? I just don't get it. I don't think I ever will, honestly. And this is how I know, definitively, 100%, that I am not transgendered. I know I am not a woman, because this is just some shit I just don't do and some shit I just don't get. Wait a minute, was that offensive? Yeah, it probably was. So that being said, man, I actually hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, man, go and click the like button. And shoot, go and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. As always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.